You got over that hump, whatever was stopping you, whatever you feared, call it out. Let it be known that it was bullshit. It was your brain just trying to trick you. So next time, whenever you have a fear, you can go back to that. You'd be like, yo, I've done gotten through plenty of shit. Plenty of times that my brain tried to trick me. I done got through it. I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? Only white people can have this. Now we have a kid. What do we teach that kid? Only white people can have this. They don't want to see us win. You see how that pattern is going to continue if you don't challenge yourself? Welcome to the Psych Expansion Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the connection between past, present, and future generations. I am your host, Gabriel Elijah. How are y'all doing today? You feel me? How are y'all doing today? Listen, y'all, I know that y'all see these upgrades. I've got a new camera. I have decided to up the quality a little bit. I got to make this thing look as professional. I got to make it a good experience for you guys. Though I do look pretty decent on camera, I would say so. But it's not about that. It's about the experience. And we have more upgrades to come. Oh, for you all that's listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you enjoy listening to podcasts at, we do have a visual side of this on YouTube. We usually upload every Wednesday. And we do a little bit of do-it-yourself videos dealing with AI. Sometimes whenever I find a neat AI tool to use. But getting back to it, yes, y'all, I got a new camera. I actually had a camera. I just didn't have the parts for it, the mini HDMI and a couple other things. But we're here now. How does it look? It looks good to me. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. I got a question for y'all today. Do you ever justify your lies? You know that you shouldn't do something and you do it anyway because you came up with these reasons that could be beneficial for it. I'll give you an example. I know that I wanted to eat one time a day, right? One time a day. And I said I was going to stick with it. And I was like, I got hungry. And instead of fighting it, I justified it by saying, I just won't eat later on. I can do that. But in all reality, I know I struggle with not eating at night. And guess what I did? I end up eating at night. I justified it. I made it comfortable for myself in the moment so I could eat then and then eat later. I'll give you another example. I told myself that when I came home Monday that I was going to outline my this podcast episode. I said I'll outline it Monday, I'll record it Tuesday, and I'll have it set up to release Wednesday. I got home Monday. I lied to myself once again and said I could just outline it and record it tomorrow. Knowing that would be a lot, but I told myself that I could do it, which there's no doubt that I could do it, but I would be pressed for time and I knew I'd be tired afterwards. So it's like the calculated risk of not getting it out on Wednesday wasn't the greatest. That's what I'm speaking on. We have to stop justifying lies, justifying unreasonable actions, things that we know that we aren't gonna do just to get the satisfaction or the comfort then, so you don't have to do it. That's one thing, right? You have to have this self-awareness about it. Like, you have to know yourself and know that you're lying. Don't tell yourself that you can whenever you know it's not that you can't, but you know that you aren't gonna do it. You know that you aren't gonna do it. That's something you struggle with. Like me, I already knew I was coming home from work, 10-hour day of work, where I'm moving. I work for Amazon now, by the way. I got me a job. I know I told y'all that I had lost my job a while back. due to a huge layoff, got me a job now. I work at Amazon. So if I ever come to your house and you got a bottle of water, hook me up. But we have to stop justifying these lies. Have that self-awareness. Know yourself. If you know that you're not going to do it and you struggle with it, don't tell yourself and put the pressure on yourself whenever you know that's going to be a difficult task for you to complete. It becomes dangerous after a while too, because not only would you lie to yourself, you will begin to lie to others, right? That habit of just lying for the comfort, gratification in that moment, right? And that just brings on a bunch of problems within itself. You have then to worry about people not trusting you anymore, right? You tell one lie, that could mess things up forever, right? You tell one lie, that could really mess things up forever, because you don't know how people perceive those things or deal with those things. They may have had a bad past and with someone who was lying in a relationship that they've escaped that person now and they've moved on and bettered their lives, and you tell that one lie and they're like, oh no, I've dealt with liars before. There's this quote that goes, I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on, I can't believe you. That's really how it goes with some people. It's not even that they don't think they can believe you any other time, but it's, you've lied to me before. They're not saying that, but they're thinking that, right? So we have to not get into the habit of lying to ourselves. If anything, be truthful with yourself, right? Be truthful with yourself. Don't stick with that lie, because honestly, after a while, you telling yourself that lie, the truth will get lost. The truth will get lost within that lie. You'll tell yourself that lie so much, right? So much. It'll become to the point where you don't remember yourself ever not saying that. It'll create a narrative, a story of its own. Gotta just get away with it. Let yourself know that you bullshitting and you need to do better. Call yourself out on it. And that would be my way of saying, or my way of getting better at it, right? Getting better at, I guess, being disciplined to what you're supposed to be doing, is call yourself out on it. You'll be able to correct those lies and act within the alignment of your goals. You won't go with something to throw you off. You won't tell yourself that I can, me for instance, I won't say that I know I can do this whenever I know I wasn't gonna do it the next day because it was so much work and I had just got off of work and it's about 6-7 o'clock and I hadn't ate, showered, or any of that. Like, I know all the other things that I have to get completed, and by me doing that, it's throwing me off of what I'm trying to get to, or it's setting me back. It's taking me out my routine because I wasn't able to put out this podcast Wednesday, right? And that's one of the biggest things that I've been trying to build and get better with, is consistency. I've been trying to be way more consistent, and which I have been, and I was upset with myself. I was really upset with myself, not like down on myself, but like, I had been putting out an episode every Monday and every Wednesday on time, but then I tell myself that one lie takes me out of my routine, and it ends up now it's Saturday. Episode's supposed to have came out Wednesday. So that's the problem with one lie, right? It could set you back. And the bigger the lie, the worse the conditions can be. Another thing about lying to yourself or being unreasonable with yourself or making excuses, that's what I'll say. Making excuses. The common underlying reason for making excuses is the fear of failure. That's not my issue. I didn't think that I would fail or anything, but this is just another one. The common underlying reason for making excuses is the fear of failure. I heard a guy speak on the Social Proof podcast, and he was saying, and it really struck me, that people are afraid of winning. Like, people are really afraid of winning. Like, it's gonna be too much for them. They don't know if they can handle the people. They don't know if they can handle the paperwork, if they could deal with that much money. Have you ever thought about that? As far as, is this gonna be too much money for me to handle? Yeah, you cannot pick up your phone, but then you're gonna have to deal with the mouths of the ones that's close to you. And do you want to be up there at the top by yourself? Do you want to have to deal with the rest of the world not being able to trust anybody because you have money now and you don't know if they're being real or fake with you, because you can't pick up the phone for the ones that was there before you because they're asking for money? Like, success brings its own problems, but it's a different type of problems that we don't usually think about when we don't have it, right? When we don't have it, it's just money gonna fix everything. Money's gonna fix everything. That's usually the common thought. And there's some people that carry the thought of money doesn't fix all problems, and that's one that I agree with. My thing is, the reason why I don't agree with it, that money can fix all problems, because money can't fix certain health problems that I may go through, or that my family may go through, or is going through. Money can't fix all of that. And that brings my happiness, seeing my family in good health conditions. But yeah, back to people being scared to win. That's a tough thought. That's a tough thought, to be scared to actually win. Most people are afraid of doing something and failing and not working out how they thought it would work out. I won't even say plan, because most of the time, I won't even say most of the time. Well, in my case, I would say it is most of the time. People don't actually plan what their life to look like. They just go about it one day at a time, which is good. But when they say take it one day at a time, I think they mean plan it and then take it one day at a time. Not just, I'm at this day, I don't know what's gonna happen, I don't have no type of execution goals to execute on, no type of plans to execute on, no type of tasks to execute on. I'm gonna just go about the day one day at a time. I don't think that's what they mean by that. I think they mean plan it and then take it one day at a time. Though you can't predict what life is gonna bring every day, it's still the thought of how you can go about it. It'll lead you to that greater goal, instead of you just stepping out. And it's like somebody giving you a map, or it's like somebody giving you a blank map, a sheet of paper. I won't even call it a map. They give you a blank sheet of paper and say, make it here, and it has all these trails that's not mapped out. That's what going about every day without any plans or tasks to execute on is. But then let's just say you plan it. Now you have trails. This trail may not lead directly there, but it'll get you somewhat there. Then you could detour off, go up some more. You get what I'm saying? I hope that made sense to y'all. But yeah, one day at a time is plan and take it one day at a time, not just get to that day and be completely lost or not have anything to work on. And to be honest with you, it's hard for me to even come up with ways people fear failure, because I'm not really too, how do I say this? I'm not really too worried about people viewing a thing that I see as a lesson as a failure. I'm not worried about them seeing my plan not work out as failure and talking about me or whatever, that really does not matter to me. That really does not matter to me. I'm not embarrassed by anything that I've tried and maybe it didn't work out how I wanted to because I didn't give it time. Most people would see that as a failure just because I didn't give it time. It's not that it failed, I just changed my mind. Yeah, just moving on from that. It's hard for me to picture fearing what it's like to be successful. It's hard for me to picture failure at this point in time in my life because I have these things that I stand on now, which are resilient, patient, consistency, discipline. I have these things that I stand on firmly now. And when my friends are going through things, I not preach it to them, but I give them what's going through my head. I'm firm on that now. And I think you all should be too. Like the most important thing I would say from that is be patient. Be patient. Patience is so key. I'm telling you, patience is so key. We don't give things enough time to develop and work out. Everything is not meant to have today. Learn it a little bit about it today and have it tomorrow. Have that success immediately. You don't know enough. To some degree, you may know enough to teach a certain amount of people or a certain level of people, but the level that you want to be on, you don't know enough yet. You just don't know enough yet. And you should be fine with that. Just keep learning until your time comes, because your time will come. Don't rush it. Don't get out of character to get it, because you're going to get tired of acting. You can only act a certain way for so long. It's easier to just be you, in my opinion, unless you're worried about validation from other people. Yes. Self-sabotaging. We have to stop self-sabotaging. We'll go through millions of scenarios to how a thing can't work out, or how it's not going to work out, or what could go wrong. We just put that in our head and it stops us. Like, why do we do that? I'm trying to figure out is that the majority thought process? Like, why is that the thought process majority of the time? And that's a real question. Like, why is that? I don't know. Why do we come up with thousands of ways that it could go wrong instead of thousands of ways it would go right? I don't know. I don't know why the brain works like that. I want to say it's maybe like a programming. The things that we've seen coming up or experience. I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever have those thoughts. I'm just saying, like, why does it seem to outweigh the positive? Like, why does the thing that stop us outweigh the thoughts that could make us progress? If y'all know, let me know in the comment. Oh yeah, and if you're on YouTube, make sure to go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can find podcasts at, and subscribe, follow, like the voice, the audio. Do whatever you can. Give me 5 stars to help support the podcast. I appreciate you. But getting back to fear of failing. I seen this acronym. It said fear stands for false evidence appearing real, which is really what it is now that I think about it. Because again, we come up with all these ways that things could go wrong and it becomes our reality, but it's not actuality. Like, it's only that way in our head. We can only see it not working because of the things that we've seen in life and seen as far as like other people going through it and it not working out, or maybe it didn't work out on a TV show, or maybe you've just had bad experiences in life with people and it just didn't seem like it's gonna work out. So that has become reality, but that's not actually how it is. It's just your perspective on it. That's huge though. Like, when you really think about that, it's like you really are shaping your world. You're shaping your world by having this, I guess you would say, pessimistic view on life and people and just whatever. You are limiting yourself because it's stopping you from doing the thing that's going to make you great. I'm very optimistic about life. I've been through the negatives, I guess you could call it mud or whatever. I've been through it all. At one point in life, my mom was the only one working in the household, and it was me and my brother. Like, when I tell you we was going through some stuff, we was going through some stuff. Like, it just got real bad. And I say all this to say, I didn't let that lead me down the wrong path, right? To where I felt like I needed to go and rob somebody or take something from somebody that didn't belong to me. I have been so optimistic and seeing people have things. I just always felt like I could be in that position. I've always felt like I could be in that position. I think it's important to keep and I won't even say it's my environment that kept me that way, or the community that kept me that way. I can truly say that just me seeing myself there kept me that way. Me seeing myself as rich, me seeing myself as having the nice cars, me seeing myself just always imagining that kept me optimistic about life. Like, I knew it could happen. I know it's gonna happen, right? No matter what I go through. The one thing that I've always learned too that kept me going whenever something tried to stop me is a saying. I forget who told me, but I want to say it was my stepfather. He said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. More than one way to skin a cat. Basically saying there's more than one way to do a thing, complete a task, to shoot a basketball, to get that job position, to run a business, to change a tire, to whatever. There's always more than one way. That's why it's so important to hear people out, get different perspectives, and not be so concrete on what you know, right? Oh, you're wrong. This is the way that it's supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important. But moving on. Again, start acknowledging whenever you fear a thing and you overcome it. Call that shit out. Be like, yo, I was down on myself. I was tripping about this whenever it was this easy. Why am I tripping so much? I have power. I have strength. I'm fearless. You feel me? Call that shit out. Put that in your subconscious. Don't let your brain keep tricking you and stopping you from doing something. Whenever you have a fear and you come to find out that it was just false evidence appearing real and you've done strong-armed it, you know what I'm saying? You got over that hump. Whatever was stopping you, whatever you feared, call it out. Let it be known that it was bullshit. It was your brain just trying to trick you. So next time, whenever you have a fear, you can go back to that. You'll be like, yo, I've done gotten through plenty of shit. Plenty of times that my brain tried to trick me. I done got through it. I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do this. Yeah, you ain't stopping me from receiving my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Start acknowledging it. This will help you recognize possible solutions, give others, and it also help you give others who are dealing with that same problem this advice, right? Once you realize that your fears are stumping you and you've gotten over them and you've seen that it's just a trick your brain is playing on you. It'll help you pass that knowledge on to your kids. It'll help you out in the future. You know what I'm saying? And you could possibly help some older people out. A lot of them usually don't like to listen to younger people because they've seen life run a certain way. They've been here for some time longer than us. And there's a saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks or some shit. I forget how it goes. Anyways, long story short, they just fear a lot of shit will go wrong. But by you having these stories and whatnot, you can possibly help them see past it, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, you have to realize when it comes to worrying about other people seeing you fail, at the end of the day, you just have to realize that you didn't start this thing. You didn't start doing whatever you did for them, whether it be your family, friends, or people that's viewing you on social media. You didn't start that business for them. You started it to better your life, to get you out of a position. So if they don't support it, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is gonna support you. Same way, not everybody is gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? You're not meant for everybody. It's not a bad thing that they don't support you. Like it would be ideal for everybody that's close to you or whatnot to support you. That'd be ideal, but that's not the way of life. And you have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like everything. You may not like every decision that they make, right? So you have to be okay with that. You didn't make it for them. And plus, you have to also realize there's millions of people in the world. You're worried about 10, 20 people, 30 people. How many followers you got? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 30,000. But there's millions of people in the world that you've yet to come across, have yet to serve. You have a skill, a voice that people need to hear. You have to find yourself in order for others to find you. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable with that. Don't worry about nobody else. It says, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Yes. And with all that, you have to be accountable, right? Do the things that you know that you're supposed to be doing. In other words, prioritize what you are giving your time to. I've wrote here that people lose resilience due to comforted and justified failures, even when they don't give it their all. I know you know what I'm talking about. I go to college. I'm taking a online course. I'm supposed to graduate in 12 to 14 months. I don't give it my all. I don't put in the time that I need to. I am bullshitting, basically. It doesn't work out. And now I present that it doesn't work out to family members. And they were like, oh, baby, I know you was trying hard. I know you was doing everything you could do. But yeah, I know you got work. You live in that. You live in that. You live in that comfort that they give you, even though you know you didn't give it your all. You feel good about that because you know they're not gonna be like, man, you could have did more. You could be doing more. You're good with them saying, I know you gave it your all. And that stops you from doing a lot of other things. Whether you know it or not, that stops you from doing a lot of other things, because now you know if you don't give it your all, they're still gonna give you the credit for doing all that you could. You know what I'm saying? You don't do something. You don't do what you're supposed to do, and then you go to family to seek comfort or whatever, and they give it to you. And you're like, oh, I'm good because in your head, you're like, I'm good because they think that I'm trying my hardest. But in our actuality, not. So the next time you do something, you're gonna be like, oh, I ain't really too worried about it because they know I'm doing everything I can right now. You're not, though. You know you're not. You know you're not. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Do that shit. Those people ain't gonna be around forever to hold your ass, to hold your big ass. You grown. Do that shit. All that other stuff that you're doing in place of what you're supposed to be doing isn't gonna get you nothing. Temporary satisfaction. Some people believe in predestiny and to the point where they be like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this because I'm doing it. You use that as a fucking cover up. That is a cover up. Get your ass up and do. Ain't nothing stopping you but you. That crutch that they're giving you, matter of fact, that crutch, but they don't know it. You run to it, they don't know it. But that crutch is stopping you. It's hurting you. It make you feel good, but it's hurting you. I don't know what to say to you other than get off your ass, get in your bag, get in your grind. Just do what you gotta do. And I was that way. I'm not gonna sit here in front. I was that way at one point in time in my life. Am I like that now? Hell no. But I was that way. I don't know. I can't put the blame on anybody else but myself. And that's the way I would have it every time, is put the blame on myself. Because if I put the blame on them, I can't do anything about it because I can't change nobody. Put the blame on myself. Be accountable. You know what I'm saying? So next time you apply to that job and they send you that assessment and they say, fill this out, do this assessment, and you don't do it, and don't go running to somebody talking about, man, I can't find no job. You know what I'm saying? No, do that damn tell them, be like, they wanted me to do assessment. I didn't do the assessment. That's why I ain't get the job. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with them. You did it. What you got to be embarrassed about? Why you doing shit to be embarrassed about? You know what I'm saying? You go to college, you don't do your work, and you fail them tests, and you got to go back home and tell mom and daddy that college ain't working out. Don't tell them it ain't working out. Tell them you ain't working. Right? You ain't working. It's not that it's college. You ain't working. You not going to class. You partying. You drinking. You smoking. Which is, that ain't really got shit. As long as you can drink and smoke, as long as you make it to class. But if that's causing you not to make it to class, then yeah. Be honest. How we gonna get over that hump? That's how we gonna move on to the next level. Be accountable. You feel me? Tell yourself, after you realize what you've done and what you're doing, next time I'll do more than I did last time. I won't let my excuses or others' excuses for my lack of effort comfort me. I won't do that no more. I'm not gonna run to you because I know you think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That way I can feel good about myself and continue the bullshit. No, we done with that. We moving up in life. Up in life. We must be honest with ourselves at all times. The excuses and lies, so the excuses and lies do not become our truth. We have to shift from these fixed mind states to one of growth and abundance. Yes. I want to live that abundant lifestyle. I don't know about y'all. Like, all this shit is important because I want to live that abundant life. I want to have all the money that I could ever. I want to just, it's not even about the money, but it is a part of it. I want to know that it's there. I want to be going trips with my family, see my family happy, smiling, my friends happy, smiling. I could be feeling bad, but honestly, if I see them, I would rather not be feeling bad. But if I see them happy, smiling, that is my world. I really feel like a lot of the times I care about people more than I care about myself some of the times. Like, whenever I look back, it's not always true though, right? I won't even say that's true, but in certain situations, I feel like it is true, because I would put another person's, I don't know, interest before mine sometimes. And I'd be like, why did I do that? I trust their logic more than I trust mine. And if that is the case nowadays, I correct myself and I just tell them. I tell them, like, yo, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even know why I done it a trip like that or lied to you, bro. I ain't really feeling it. I can't do it. Whatever. And I gotta take whatever come with that. I gotta take whatever feelings they have towards me from now on. I gotta take what comes with that. And I gotta be good with it, because at the end of the day, if they're not comfortable with my decision, then maybe they're not meant to be in my life. You know what I'm saying? They're not comfortable with the decision I made that I thought was better for myself. Maybe it's just not meant to be this type of relationship. Maybe we can just talk on the phone time to time, or go out every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're not meant to be doing favors for each other or be as close in contact with each other. You just gotta think about things a little bit differently, right? Be selfish, a little bit of selfish. That's what I tell myself. Gotta be a little bit of selfish. Change your mindset shifts, right? I used to have this mindset that told me things like, I'll be riding, or no, I said riding. That's not riding. I did the little action to where it looked like I was driving. But I'll be, and I want to say it was more or less when I was probably like no older than 15. I'll be like, damn, that's a big house. It must be a white person house. Or I see a car. Dang, gotta be a white person. Wonder what they did for that. It always came to some bullshit. Like, they had to be white. They had to be born into it. Like, it was just some excuse that I was fed that made me think that it was unobtainable. Not obtainable. Is unobtainable a word? Unobtainable. Not obtainable. Made me feel like it was not obtainable by black folk. But really what it was, just a false narrative for someone else's lack of go and fucking get it. That's what it was. It wasn't that we couldn't get it, or it had to be a white person. It was somebody else's lack of want, drive, ambition, lack of go and get it that fed me those narratives. But here I am challenging it. I've been challenging it for the last couple of years of my life. And I'm starting to see that with the right mindset, ding dong, start looking at shit different. Look at it different. You can get whatever you want. I'm not saying go take a person or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to tell yourself, I want that position. I want to have me a business. I want that car. I want that house. I want a house like that. I don't want theirs. I want a house like that. Mine's gonna be better though. I want that. You gotta fix your mind. You want it. You need it. Now you have to put together the steps. You have to set goals to go and get it. Go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't create these thought patterns and hang around people also that think like you. While you're in that, you got to do, like I always preach, that you have to do an audit of your friend. Because if you don't, bad habit number 1 and bad habit number 2. Hey, only white people can have this. Yeah, only white people can have this. Now, I think only white people can have this. And you know what happens then? I meet a girl, a woman, or whatever. Yeah. She thinks just like me. Only white people can have this. Only white people can have this. Now we have a kid. What do we teach that kid? Only white people can have this. They don't want to see us win. You see how that pattern is going to continue if you don't challenge yourself that day? I don't understand why people think that, like, it's really disturbing, or not disturbing, but it's really, I honestly want to say it hurt to know that people put these limitations on themselves as far as like what they can achieve and what type of people can only have that thing. Because you're not just doing that to yourself. You're doing that to your friends. You're doing that to your family. And again, you're going to do that to your kids. You're going to put them in a box. You're going to put them in a box. A fucking box. And they don't know no better. You want to know how I think I got out of the box that I was in? I isolated once I got older. Unintentionally, I isolated. I wanted to get out of the country. There was no other way for me to get out of the country except go to college. Last week of high school, I got accepted into a college. I went to college. I didn't even have a cell phone at one point in time. So the contact with that old perspective, or my past relationships weren't there. It couldn't echo to me as often now. I'm only hearing I'm in the city, in the heart of it. I'm hearing all these different other experiences. I'm seeing kids with Jordans and all these like nice looking clothes, and they're going on trips with their family. I'm just hearing all this, and like I'm seeing these people, right? It's real to me now because I see them. Hearing about it, I see it. I think that was step number 1. Or step number 2, because step number 1 came from my imagination. That I can have it. That I could achieve it. Do it. Number 2, seeing some of it. Number 3, I got older. I moved back to the city. And I let go of my old self. I just let it go. I don't know anything. I've been thinking about things wrong. All that. And yeah, I think that's what got me here. Moving on. Where we at? So yeah, isolation definitely shifted my mindset, because once I started thinking about things in a different way other than what I usually or would normally think about it, I started to see positive changes in my life. I started to notice people interact with me different. People like to be around me. It's not that people didn't like to be around me back then, but it was like the crowd, the type of people that like to be around me now are more positive about life. They don't complain as much about certain things. It's not that they didn't complain. Everybody fucking complains. I'm complaining right now. But it's like the things that we're complaining about weren't, I guess you could say, it's bullshit. No, I don't even want to give an example because I don't know how people see things, but I would hope that you kind of feel where I'm coming from. It's not like low level shit. It's like they're complaining about not knowing how to get to a bag, like as far as starting their own business, or not knowing how to go about a certain process of stepping to the next level in life. They're complaining about that type of shit. And it's, again, I'm not saying that these people don't complain about low level shit all the time, but it's like the balance in between is substantial. So again, you have to make the most of your time, leave bad habits, leave toxic relationships alone, no matter who it is, at least until you figure out what's expected of that person and how to deal with them. You may not want to leave that badly structured relationship, but you have to prioritize how much time you give it. And most importantly, you need goals and clarity. You have to first set clear and reasonable goals, align with the values and visions. You have to set clear and reasonable goals aligned with the values and visions of what you want your life to look like. Set a goal, break it down, plan it out, break it down to its simplest form, to whatever seems easiest for you to get started on, and take it day by day. Plan it out, break it down, and take it day by day. Map that motherfucker out. Yes, map it out. Give an example. Let's just say, me personally, one of my goals is I want to learn Spanish. Because you know what I'm saying? I'll be walking to the store sometime and they be like, you look Puerto Rican. I'll be like, yeah. Nah, I'm playing. But I do want to learn Spanish though, for real. But I know what that looks like. I know the type of things that I have to get done, right? So I downloaded an app called Babbel. I've been on YouTube. I subscribed to some YouTube channels that teach Spanish. I'm gonna buy a course on either Udemy or Course or some online platform that sells courses, teach you Spanish. I practice. There's a few different things that I do to learn Spanish. I know what it looks like. I have a plan. I broke it down to what the simplest form for me. The things that I know that I'm gonna do, like how we discussed in the beginning. Don't say I'm gonna study for an hour a day. Who the fuck don't want to do that for an hour a day if you don't know none of it? Unless like you're probably gonna burn out. I'm not gonna say that what you're gonna do, but I know me personally, I would burn out if I had to do it for an hour a day. So 15 to 20 minutes a day is fine with me. I can do that. 15, 20 minutes is nothing. Even when I'm tired though, right? I know that I still have to study, or just a little bit. So it may not be 15, 20 minutes. Now I'm not so pressed to go from an hour to 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going from 15 to 20 minutes to 5 to 10 minutes on days that I'm tired. I'm not saying that you have to learn Spanish, but come up with a goal and work on it consistently. Every day, even if it's not as much as what you would usually do, you still need to work on it every day so that you don't get out of routine. I know plenty of us that probably try to get into the gym and then we take a day off. Ooh, that day off is a killer because you get out of your routine. You like, oh, I ain't go to the gym today. Then next day, it may slip your mind, right? You didn't do it that day. And a lot of people don't even be spending a lot of time in the gym before they take a day off or whatnot. Maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks. They take that day off or take that 2 days off, 3 days off, and next thing your routine is fucked up. You're not thinking about the gym as much no more. You know you should go, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and you're like, tired. I don't know. It's getting late. Still ain't eat, sleep. But I'm gonna go tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It just throws you off. You need to consistently do that thing every single day. I don't give a damn if it's 5 to 10 minutes, if it's 2 to 3. Do something with it every day. You go to the gym. If gym is your thing, get in there, do some push-ups. Try to do some push-ups. Jog in place. Go to ChatGPT. Tell it to make you an in-home workout that you can do for 5 to 10 minutes. It'll come up with that. Or if you're planning to speak Spanish, like me, go to ChatGPT, ask it. Or just think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's just consistency, and discipline. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, I know you're going to reach your goals. I'm on a journey. You're now on a journey, or I'm with you on your journey, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We're all on a journey. You have to make better decisions. You don't have to be loyal to those bad habits that we weren't a part of. We don't owe that person anything, our old selves anything. That person that's trying to get us to go out every night just because they're a friend don't mean, if that's not a life that you're trying to live, hey, listen, I ain't trying to go out tonight. If they dislike you for that, whatever, so be it. That's not helping you get to that next level. If anything, they're holding you back. They're holding you back. I read this story here recently. One of my friends showed me, and it was basically about 5 monkeys, right? So one of the monkeys would try to climb the ladder. They were in something, right? They were trying to climb the ladder to get out. So once the monkey would kind of reach the top, they'll get sprayed with a water hose. Motherfucker fall. All the monkeys in there get sprayed because that one tried to climb. So the next one tried to climb up. All the monkeys is there. Next one tried to climb up. So after a while, I guess like all 5 of them got sprayed and whatnot, they realized we can't climb this. All of us gonna suffer the consequences for it. So then what they started to do is they took one monkey out at a time. So they put one monkey in and left it in with 4 of the old monkeys. So once that monkey tried to climb, the other monkeys will bring him down and beat him up. So then they took another monkey out, put him in there. So now they got 2 new monkeys, right? Now, the second new monkey tried to climb. They pulled him down, including the other new one, beat him up. Long story short, is what I'm trying to get at is they just accepted the patterns, the habits of the old people, of the people that was around them, and don't even know why. They just did it because they were doing it, because they were around it. And a lot of times that happens in life, right? The people that we surround ourselves with, they play a big part in what we do in life. And it's hard to say no sometimes. I know, I get it. You've known this person for all your life, majority of your life. You don't think you can find another person like them in life, right? You either got 2 choices. You can either decide that they're not gonna be good for the life that you want to live, and you need to take a little break so you can level up, or you can possibly bring to their attention that you guys could be doing other things. You could be building and bring them with you. Help them start a journey that aligns with the life that you see for both of y'all. Not saying that you have to plan out their life, but put them and help shift their mindset, right? So that now whenever you get to the top, you still got that same friend. You're not there alone. Yes. That has been story time. All right, so just listen, remember this. Resilience is accepting your new reality, even if it's less good than the one that you had before. Keep pushing. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific goals produce specific results. Be clear about what you want. Alignment occurs when your thoughts, words, actions are in harmony. Yes. So listen, today I'm going to do the AI segment, and it stands for African intelligence, not artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Today we actually have a list of 6 Black scientists in healthcare who revolutionized healthcare. And these people aren't modern day people, but the things that they came up with, researched, discovered, are still being used to this day. So we're gonna go over these 6 really quick. Okay, Patricia Bade, born in 1942 in New York's Harlem, Dr. Bade was both the first African-American female to study ophthalmology and the first to receive a medical patent for laser phaco probe. I don't know what that is. The laser phaco probe harnessed laser technology to shift the treatment landscape. Okay, that's what it is. So it said the laser technology to shift the treatment landscape of cataracts from a risky, expensive surgery with short-term success to a non-invasive permanent treatment that has been used to restore sight to millions around the world. as Dr. Dr. Patricia Bay, 1942 to 2019. Next, we have, no, we're not going to do his. Matter of fact, we'll do his. No, we're not going to do his. Next one is Daniel Hale Williams, 1856 to 1931. In 1893, Dr. Williams performed the first ever successful heart operation and firmly cemented himself as a pioneer of modern medicine. During the procedure, with the heart still beating, he sutured the damaged artery back together and revolutionized surgery in the process. What makes Dr. Williams' procedure so unique is it was performed before penicillin, x-rays, blood transfusion, and modern surgical tools were available. That is impressive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I don't know all of what consists of or encompasses in doing heart surgery, I know that those things are very important. Following his surgical success, in 1895, Dr. Williams co-founded the National Medical Association, an organization for black doctors during a time when the American Medical Association didn't allow African American doctors. This is him. Okay, this is the last one, and it's probably like my favorite one. Not necessarily saying the situation, but the story's interesting, and I'm gonna do more research after this podcast is over and whatnot, and I'll let you all know. But her name is Henrietta Lack, 1920 to 1951, 31 years old. It says, although not directly a scientist herself, Henrietta Lack left an incredible scientific legacy. In 1951, during treatment for cervical cancer, Henrietta's biopsy cells were taken and cultured. Typically, human cells only survive for a couple days when grown in a lab. However, Henrietta's cells appear to be immortal and replicated at a high rate without dying, meaning experiments could be performed on them. Her cells, referred to as HeLa cells, have been integral to almost every advancement in modern medicine, including research into cancer, AIDS, infectious diseases, and immunology. Although there are over 11,000 patents involving HeLa cells, her cells were cultured without her consent, so neither she nor her family have ever been compensated. Henrietta Lack. If you guys know anything about this one specifically or plan on doing any research, please come back to this video and let me know what you find out. And I'm not sure if this was written in 2020, right? I'm not sure if they still haven't been compensated, which I'm not gonna say I highly doubt, but I doubt. Let me know. But that has been our African intelligence segment for this week. Again, I just want you guys to be accountable, have the want to level up, think for yourself. As much as you care about your family and friends and whatnot, you have to think for yourself a lot of the times, because if you have a dream to do better, a goal to do better, remember that is yours. They're not always going to see things the way you present to them as something logical or something that you should do, right? Because they may have other perspectives on life and they've went through different things, different relationships, and they may not be able to look at life how you view it. Remember, it's yours. Just because they don't see it that way doesn't mean that you shouldn't go forward with it. Yeah. Yes, sir. New camera, new me. You feel me? New camera, new me. We're gonna keep upgrading. If y'all want to support, I don't even know what you can do to support. Leave a comment, like the video, share the video, whatever. Email is PsychExpansionPodcast@gmail.com. My email is betterlevelup@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Instagram at askgabriel_, or you can send a DM to the podcast Instagram, which is Psych Expansion Podcast. And yeah, I've also created a AI generated museum that has images of AI art that I use specific prompts for to create the images. And I put the prompt that I use up under each picture in case you guys want to modify the prompt and create your own image. You can either go to Midjourney, which is on Discord. You have to have Discord. You can go to Bing. Bing has one. Or you can go to DALL-E, DAL-E, DALL-E, and create your own images. Insert that prompt and create your own images. Modify it. Let me know what you come up with. And yeah, man, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And this has been a pretty lengthy episode, but hey, you guys deserve it. You guys deserve all of the wisdom that I have. And I hope to hear back from each and every one of you. I appreciate you again for tuning in. This has been this week's episode of the Psych Expansion Podcast. I am out. Love y'all.